The following is a Just Green production brought to you by the Might Be News Network. What up, everybody? This is Relatable Radio, where it is always ladies' night. My name is Jackie, and I have here with me Amy.
Hello.
And Taylor.
What's up, everybody?
No guests this week, guys.
Just us.
Just us. But we have, I think it's going to be an exciting second half of the show.
Yeah. No, I'm excited.
So,
Hopefully the first half is good, too.
yeah, you just have to bear and grin it. Just real quick, you can locate your favorite Relatable Radio episodes or any of your other episodes. Maybe you're curious about the network. I don't know. Maybe you just want to listen to us. Either way, mbnnetwork.com, or really you should just go to patreon.com/mbnnetwork. Subscribe. $5, $10, $15. Gets you a lot of cool stuff.
A lot of cool stuff. People have been getting their packages from our Patreon site, and they're all very, very
They're
hype
very
on
excited. So
very hype about it. Patreon's going good. All the members seem to really like all the bonus stuff that we're doing.
I mean, speaking as a member, by the way, I have not gotten my package yet.
Oh, yeah.
It's really great.
It's in the mail.
oh, we're not going to mail it here.
I love all the extra content on every single show. And it's nice hearing all that bonus. Because I love all the shows. So it's great to hear those extras and be special and not be like everybody else who only gets an hour.
Right.
Yeah.
It works out.
It's great.
So how was everybody's
Wonderful.
weekend?
Fucking hot.
Hot.
Oh,
my
God.
Like,
what did... Oh, okay.
Melting.
Melting hot. Friday... Wait, was Friday's hot?
Friday was hot, but it was... I mean,
Not-
Friday would have felt hot if it wasn't for Saturday and Sunday.
Yes,
Right?
this is true.
It was like normal summer hot, and then Saturday hit, and
Was
Saturday
like,
was
oh.
like, what the fuck? Where do we live
Did you
right
see
now?
the wanted posters for the heat miser?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
He is out of control.
It was brutal all weekend.
We did the bats for Matt yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah, it was fucking hot.
We ended up packing up 1 hour earlier.
Yeah.
I think we wanted
Less
to do
than an
like
hour,
11 to 2 is
Like
what we had wanted to do.
Packed up like 45 minutes to an hour.
I mean, I feel so
Early.
bad for those teams.
Oh,
I don't
God.
even know how they made it through.
And then depending
those
on how
games
well they did
yesterday.
yesterday, they're playing again today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it's just as brutal, I think.
Like-
or maybe it doesn't feel as bad because we already felt yesterday.
No,
so you're like,
no, I'm pretty sure it still feels pretty bad.
yeah, but you're like, it's not any worse. So you kind of view it a little bit more positive.
You know what to expect,
Yes,
I guess? Does
I
that
guess.
make it better
Yeah.
or worse? I don't know.
Or maybe better
Probably
prepared
better.
for it today. I
Yeah.
don't know. But
I mean, I know
we don't
Danny
have to
was-
go anywhere. So
They had a lot of, they were prepared for, you know, heat exhaustion and everything else yesterday. And
yeah.
I know Danny was doing everything he could to make sure that everybody was taken care of and everybody, you
Yeah.
know, drank fluids and they had water and Gatorade and everything else.
Danny was doing a great job,
As
Yeah.
always, right?
as always.
As always.
Yeah.
Danny's just,
It's on
I
point.
expect nothing less.
no,
Yeah.
ever.
He's just zooming around on that four-wheeler.
Yeah, like he
Like-
owns the place.
Like those were his baseball fields.
yeah,
Like,
Well, after 11 years, right?
Yeah.
They
this is
kind of
true.
are.
they kind of are.
yeah.
Well, at least on that day, they definitely are.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He runs the whole show. It's
I
crazy.
mean, they had some freaking awesome raffle baskets.
Yeah, they did.
They're pulling those today,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
I'm like, and here's the funny thing.
Yeah.
So Cole wanted to go up and get the raffle tickets because I'm trying to encourage him to interact with people and how to pay
Yeah.
for things and how to, and get his, because you need to know how to do those things in life. So I gave him the money. And he went up, and then they were like, I guess they were writing something down. And they had him like wait. Then he felt all awkward, whatever. And so they asked for his name because they take your name and number. And so he obviously gave them his name, Cole. And then they asked for the phone number, and he was just like, wasn't expecting that. So
Yeah.
he had kind of blanked, and I gave him my phone number. And then he's like asking, like, after they picked, they did for the Phillies blankets, Cole put in for the Flyers signed puck, of course, because he is he saw that and was like,
Yeah.
that's it. He put in for Phillies tickets. Jackson put in for the Pepperidge Farm goldfish basket, which is like, I'm excited because if like we get that one, I'm like, that'd be perfect to bring to the beach. Like all
Oh
those
my
snacks,
God,
all those
yeah.
stuff. Like that'd be awesome. I put in for the Avante gift
Okay.
card and products, and the one for the men's loft, the Devontae too for Kev.
Okay.
And there may have been others. But
You did the lottery
oh,
one.
yes, thank
We
you,
did that
Jackie.
too.
Yes, that's the other one I did. The one with, and I didn't. That's the one I forgot to tell Kevin. The one with the lottery tickets.
Surprise.
Okay.
We could be a millionaire. I mean,
Yeah, you
let's
just
be
never
honest.
know.
You never know.
Yeah.
We put in for the lottery. I did the tattoo place. The
Yeah, that was like
one
that. I mean, that
Phillies
was a really
game.
good gift card, wasn't it?
Like 200.
$200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what else? There was, I think, 4, maybe 5 baskets I put in on. Lottery, the tattoo place, the
Mhm.
Phillies tickets, and maybe one of those car wash bucket thingies.
You were looking at those.
Oh, yeah.
Or did I do the detail? I may have done the car detail thing too.
Oh,
Okay.
the other one we put in for was the family night. So they had 4 passes to Urban Air.
Wait, I'm definitely forgetting more.
There were Urban Air, Palladium, an Applebee's gift card, which free stuff with the kids is always good because broke is a joke.
Yep.
So yeah.
No, but then I just remembered the restaurant one.
Oh, you
think
know what? I put in for the CBD basket too.
Oh, there's. Oh,
Did you see that? There was a CBD one.
Huh.
And I was like, oh, that'd be.
What was that restaurant one? Was it PJ's, Applebee's?
Yes.
There's like 3 or 4, I thought.
Of local
I think I put in for that.
Bonefish. Was Bonefish on there? There was one that had Bonefish.
Oh, I don't remember.
There was that $100 Wegmans gift card, and I was
Yeah,
like,
that looked-
oh, but I'm
that
like,
looked
there's too many
busy.
people
Too many
going for that
people.
one.
But
Odds
you know,
aren't
though,
good.
let me say
There
this.
was a toilet.
Shout out to them because I really like the way they do the raffle tickets. Now you don't have to sit there and try to read your numbers and listen to somebody call them.
Yep.
They give you a block and it's all the same ticket number. And
I
they
didn't even notice that, was it?
Yeah. And then they take your name and phone number. And then when they pull it, they look up who had that number.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. These
Well,
other places.
I
need
told
to
Cole, I
step
said,
it up.
technically, Cole, if we win, they're going to be calling me and being like, oh, Cole won a raffle at the Bats for Matt. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah, so technically your name's on all of them,
Yeah.
not mine.
That's awesome.
But it's your number. And you gave birth to him, so they're yours.
As Kevin says, you don't own anything until you're 18. So
that's correct. That's good.
I don't really go with that though.
No.
I don't think that's fair to do. Like there is
Depends on
stuff
what
that
it
is
is.
theirs.
Until
Like,
they buy it with their
gifts
allowance
and things
Oh,
like-
gifts
Well,
too.
yeah, because it's
Yeah.
gifted to them.
right?
So, yes,
No,
it is
not
theirs.
in Kevin's mind, no.
Yeah, Kev's wrong.
Well,
yeah, usually.
if you give a gift to Kevin, it's Kevin's. If Kevin gives a gift, it's to that person.
Speaking of gift, can we talk about gifts and Kevin? So Kevin's birthday is next week. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It's
Do we
his
all
season
remember
2.
what happened my birthday this year? Right?
Yeah.
Come on, Kev. Hint fucking hint.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I said come on, Kev, to him this week. And I usually don't, right? It's not something I typically say. And I didn't even mean it. It just kind of came out. And he looked at me like he wanted to kill me. It was really funny.
Did he get his shit together though?
No, probably not.
Oh.
Was his mouth gaping open in like
No,
total disgust?
It was just like an evil stare.
Yeah.
He's been sending me like pictures of things that he wants for his birthday.
Oh.
And I was like,
Are you going to give him
wait.
some generic bullshit?
Right? And I said, no. You're getting an electric kettle for your birthday. That's what you're getting. And then he comes back with an attitude. We were texting each other. And then he comes back with an attitude like, oh, well, if you had sent me like exact things that you had wanted, that would never have happened. I'm like, no. This is, you don't get to, no, like that was
Yeah.
inexcusable. Like you don't get to all of a sudden pretend like it was my fault. Like, that's
Right.
not happening. That's not how this is going. You better watch yourself or you're not getting shit for your birthday.
Right?
What are you getting him for his birthday?
I don't know yet. He's asked, he wants new shin guards for hockey because his kind of suck. And honestly, they smell. And you can,
That's
just
just hockey.
throw that shit away.
Hockey always smells.
I
I grew up with my brother playing. Yeah,
hockey's just
bad.
Yeah. And then he also wants a gift card to Shaving Grace
Okay.
because he wants to go and get pampered a little bit,
Wow.
It's so nice.
which I would love because I feel like he's never had like a real haircut from like a dude, right?
Yeah.
Like he always
Yeah.
goes to like these chicks who like at the end of the day, I feel like don't do if you're going for kids or for women, I think it works out well, but not all of them are not, I don't want to say
lot
qualified.
of them
but
are
they don't
like-
have the experience
but
to
a lot
do
of
like a
them are, like,
barbershop would.
terrified almost to cut like men's hair for whatever reason.
And like a night, like he's never, and his hair's a little weird in the front, the way it parts. So like every time he comes back from getting his hair cut, typically she always messes it up. Like he goes different places. He doesn't have like a
I think what he needs to do is find a place that does it right and then continue to go to that
there.
place
Yes.
and that specific person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be honest. All of those gifts ideas, I don't think Kev deserves any of that
Right. I know.
at all.
So we'll see. But we're at the beach the week of his birthday. So we probably won't. I'm not going to be able to get anything or do anything until probably after that.
Speaking of that, we talked about it on Might Be News, but in case you didn't hear it, and in case you're not on Patreon, we only have 2 episodes of this show left before the mid-season finale. 1 more episode, and then the mid-season finale. So
And a break.
August 6th is the mid-season finale of this show.
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll take a few weeks off, let everybody finish off the summer, get the kids back to school,
Oh God.
go
I
on
can't believe we're already talking about that.
vacations, and do all that stuff. Celebrate
anniversaries.
This is really the anniversary break, isn't it? Let's.
It's
We
be
just
honest.
want time to eat cake and not give a fuck.
Well, it works out
We're
because
so excited for that cake.
it works out because it's the last push of the summer. Come back after Labor Day
Yep.
sometime, and it's going to be great. The second half of the season is going to be awesome. We're going to get during the break. I'm going to be working on some Might Be Tunes stuff, and we're going to get together and figure out this whole fantasy football league.
Oh yeah.
We're all going to try and do.
That should be
Yes.
interesting.
It's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a good time.
I mean, yeah, I'm excited for it.
I think it's
but
gonna
at
be a
the
good
same
time.
time, I know shit about football.
Oh, that's okay. Because
I literally just learned how the game worked 2 years ago.
well, neither does Kev. Kev doesn't have any idea either, really.
Well, now that he's his new job, because he's in Philly a lot and he's in sales and he's talking to these guys and whatever, he started to follow sports more than just Flyers, a lot more. Because he's got to go in knowledgeable to these places and talk about the game last night, and he's got to have these the topics of conversation to kind of throw out. So he has been upping his game. So
I've been thinking about how to approach it, and I don't want to talk too much about it and take too much time up, but I'm trying to figure it out. Maybe we do teams by show. So it's
we did talk about if
the
you're
show
Relatable
has
Radio.
a team. Relatable Radio has
Oh,
a
yeah.
team. The sports has a team. Brews.
I mean, is that fair though? It might be sports to have their own team.
Well, technically, it's fair. It's not fair because I'm on every team.
Yeah, you'd be on every
I don't know
team.
what team I'd be on,
You'd have to probably do Might Be News.
or I'd be on this show just to kind of help you guys out.
I don't want your help.
Listen,
we don't
do
need
it
your
without
help.
you.
I'm pretty good. I'm just saying, I'm pretty good at fantasy football.
I'm gonna
There's
pick
an auto
Andrew-
pick button, right? That you
There
can
is.
just do
Andrew
it for you.
DeCecco.
But that's cheesy though.
I'm gonna hit him up. I'm gonna get some inside scoop.
Yeah.
I
I've
got people
a lot
at
of
work.
people at work too.
A lot of people at work that want to help us out.
Okay, well then, fine.
I mean, we're not
I
saying
don't-
no yet.
I don't
We're
wanna
not
help
saying
you with
officially
anything.
no. We're not saying that.
No,
we're just
because
saying,
then I don't want you humble bragging over my head.
and then taking all the credit. And Kevin
Right.
would do that,
I'll
not
help,
you. But
I'll help him. Yeah,
you know,
that's true. That is a Kevin.
Taylor
move.
wouldn't do that.
Well, we'll put our brains together. We'll figure it out. But it's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a bunch of Patreon exclusive stuff too.
Yep.
Fantasy football stuff.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Absolutely.
But Bats for Matt was awesome. Aside from the heat, gave out a lot of koozies. Shout out to both of you ladies for helping out big time
Yeah.
with this stuff.
Because these are cute
crazy.
as hell.
The the posters you did, Amy, look really, really good.
Mhm.
And we've got them
I'm really happy with how
for
they came
future
out.
events. Yeah, me too. They look really, really good.
Maybe we'll invest in some easels. I
Yeah.
see them sometimes
Oh,
on
I might
sale.
have one, by the way. A pop-up one that folds really
Like a
small.
tiny desktop one or something.
No, it's a big one. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk later.
The koozies look awesome. I
I
love.
started to try to combine them so we can have an apartment and not
Yeah.
a
Good luck with
koozie apartment.
Koozie Factory. Yeah, we. First of all, I love the color of the koozies. I'm so glad that they had the blue that we
this is
used.
developed into, we've got a formal color palette for this show now.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
Because I
really
did the
do.
same thing on the boards.
Yeah, yeah. It works out really
And they
good.
did. They turned out great. I didn't know how big we were going to go with those. And I saw them. I was like, shit.
Got to
Yeah.
be able to see them from
Big
far
guns.
away.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're
Well,
definitely right.
we gave out a bunch of koozies yesterday. Talked to a few people.
I'm
and,
excited to hear. I know you talked to Mrs. Charlone
mhm.
yesterday. I'm
Mhm.
excited to hear kind of her input about the event, and obviously it's for her son. And
Yeah.
I heard a bit. I was there for a little bit of Danny's, talking about the what and the why and the who.
Yeah.
And like I was talking to my boys too, because they were like, well, who's Matt? Right? Because we've been talking about Bats for Matt, and they were like, well, who's Matt? And so we had that, and they know Danny obviously, and Allison, and the boys and Summer. So we were just talking about, and Kev obviously has known Danny for years and much longer than I've known him. And so we were talking about, what happened and why they do this, and, giving back to the community and the things they do, and, how great of an event it is, and, kind of having the conversation with the boys.
One thing that I was just really, really happy about with the event was, despite the heat, how many people showed up. And I
think they said only 2 teams ended up backing out.
Is that right? Okay, because I heard of one.
He said one sent him a text at like 1:30 in the morning, like, hey, we're really nervous about this heat today, so we're not going to play.
Well, especially if they've got a team with maybe older people on it, and it's just not safe.
And
or
then
anybody with any
I overheard when
issues.
we were, I think when I was scoping out the raffles, so they were like, well, there are other teams not here yet. And you know what I mean? So unless it's the same team and maybe they just didn't realize that team wasn't showing up, but they were like, they basically have 5 to 10 minutes to get here. So it could have been they were here, they didn't know where to park but
there were so many people there. I mean, and we're talking about like 110 degrees with the heat index. I mean, just brutal heat. And they were all there. And it was really, really cool. We had a good turnout network wise. We had the 3 of us there. Kev, Mr. Steve, Greg from Foundation. It was great. It was really, really great. We had Dave. Shout out to Dave. He showed up and showed us some love. One of our Patreon members showed up later on, a little bit before we left. I'm glad we were still there.
Yeah, I know, me too.
Jackie, I saw your sister on the way out.
Oh, yeah.
Kim was driving in as we were leaving.
I was like, well, Kev and Amy are leaving. Maybe you could take their parking space. And she said she parked right in front of you.
Yeah, parking was
wild.
That's how many people were there. Like there was like no parking.
Yeah.
And then people park like, what are you doing? Like, why would you park that far away from the car next to you? Like, it's an event. There's gonna can we have a system here?
Yeah.
And then I was like, there was one row, and I'm like, there's plenty of room to have a second row right behind all the cars. And I'm like, what do you guys? Can we like think this through and be systematic? And like
parking is like a really big issue sometimes. We went to a wedding once. I forget the name of the venue. It's like right there in Phoenixville.
Oh yeah.
And there's no lines. It's like pretty much gravel, like the parking lot. And people were just parking however the hell they wanted. And I'm like, we had nowhere to park.
Have you never been in a parking lot? There's a method
We're
to
now
madness.
running late. Like I'm like, we better not be walking in as she's walking in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You have to.
Because now you're panicking. You're like, where the hell do I park? Because there's a place across the street, but you're like, technically you're not supposed to park there. But we saw other people doing it, so we did it too.
Yeah,
it was okay. Nothing happened. But
parking lots are the worst.
Then you had to cross the street, crossing Bridge Street in Phoenixville.
Oh. Yeah, that's fine.
Is that a Friday?
I think I said this before, but I don't remember if I said it on this show. One thing that Florida gets right is the parking lots.
They get a lot wrong, so they've got something going for them.
They get a lot wrong in Florida, but the parking lots are immaculate.
Like, I don't know who designs these parking lots. Right?
Idiots.
Like, okay, for example, Main Street at Exton.
Yeah.
And the Walmart parking lot in particular.
God. I know exactly what you're talking about.
There's like dead ends. Like you think you're headed towards the exit, and all of a sudden you're like, you don't know where to go, and you're like whose job is it, right? And can that person be fired? Like I feel like parking lots aren't new. There's plenty of designs currently available for you to replicate
that
if needed.
Actually work.
Like why do you have to make so many? It's
they
not
should
hard.
Just start doing one ways.
Yes.
Parking.
Yes.
Get them.
And then you do
the
them
spots on a slant. Yeah. Yep.
I love those.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we were going to talk so much about parking lots today, but they really just drive me fucking crazy.
Nothing's worse than Wawa parking lot. Any Wawa. Any Wawa.
That's like the task.
Worst.
I feel like once like you're learning to drive, like if you can navigate through a Wawa parking lot without having a panic attack or getting hit, then you're ready for the road. You're ready. You got this.
I have so many ideas for these parking lots and what they can do to make them better. I don't know if they'd work, but I bet you
they would. Jackie, I know you well enough. They would definitely work.
I feel like they'd have to be better than what's being occurring.
Yeah, it might as well just be fucking free for all.
Right.
Because it's just
Yeah, like I get that they want parking spaces all around the building, like attached to the building, but then there's parking spaces everywhere else, and then there's gas station. Like it's just pure chaos.
They need to have more space at the gas pumps because it gets crazy there. And the bigger trucks pulling trailers or like I see landscaping companies. There's a lot of businesses, especially in the morning, that stop off. They want to fill up their tank. They want to get a cup of coffee and get on the road. And there's nowhere for them to park.
Nope.
And what they do is they take up like a good 5 spaces, it seems like. And it just creates a traffic jam.
There's a lot of like blind corners too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, yeah.
You could just come around and somebody's just like,
and God help you if they're getting a delivery.
Holy fuck, yeah.
And the delivery trucks are there at the same time. And then it's like, you're done. Like there's
deliveries with places like that should just be made overnight.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
Yeah.
But you're just disrupting business.
Kevin did, I just learned something new. So, first when you pull up to Wawa, guaranteed your radio always goes out, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Which I just always find funny. But there's free Wi-Fi at Wawa. And I didn't realize that. Kevin's like, Kevin, because he's in the car all day, he will pull up to Wawa, get lunch. He'll sit outside of Wawa, and now he has Wi-Fi on his phone to like do whatever he needs, watch videos or play whatever he wants to do while he's on his lunch. And
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, that's why I come to Wawa for lunch, because I can sit in my car and there's Wi-Fi. And I'm like, oh, that's a little tip and trick. Kevin's tips and tricks. Yeah, and that's awesome.
I have a funny Wawa parking lot story. It was years ago. Amy, you remember the Delta?
Oh, of course.
The big 1985 Oldsmobile Delta I had, and I was leaving Wawa, actually the one right up here by where we live.
Mm-hmm.
And so where when you pull into the parking lot on like the kind of side there, and you can either go straight or go to the gas pumps or go right. There's like some parking
around
spots
the building,
right there.
kind of. Yeah.
So like I was coming out of that little spot, and I'm waiting for all the crazy cross traffic in the parking lot, right? And all of a sudden, like I'm just looking back and forth, waiting for my turn, and then all of a sudden, I feel my car go poof, like something hit me from the side, not like hard, but I'm just like, what the fuck? And I turn around, and this car is literally up against my car, like rear-ended me. He's trying to back out of his parking spot and just didn't know that I was there.
How do you not know?
I'll explain that in a second. So he pulls up. He doesn't like get out or see anything. He just pulls right back up and puts his reverse back on and rear ends.
Wait, what?
Smashes into my car again. And I'm like, now I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And then he pulls back up. And he puts it in reverse. And
what does he think is happening?
He hit me 3 times, right? And I'm like, now I'm honking my horn.
Like,
honking my horn. Like, yo.
You can't do anything at that point, right?
He hit me a 4th fucking time.
Like,
and then I get out. I put my shit in park. I get out of the car and I go over to the side of his thing. And I'm like going to like hit the window. And then I realize this guy must be like 95 years old.
Oh.
And I I still hit his window like, listen, guy, like you're rear-ending the shit out of my car.
Over and over again.
4 times.
Yo, the funniest thing, and I've talked about the durability of my Delta before. My car, totally fine. Totally 1,000% fine. Looks like it never even happened. This guy's shit was so fucked up. So fucked up. Just like his bumper was just like impaled. Like his lights were like bashed and shit. What did he think was
happening though?
Who knows?
Did he think something was just wrong with his car?
I
And
don't
he would
know
just stop reversing? And
must have been.
I don't know if it was just the fact that he was just like super duper old, very, very confused, or maybe he was on some kind of medication that was fucking him up.
Not be driving.
Absolutely. That shit drives me nuts. Like, that's another thing that Florida gets wrong. There's so many senior citizens down there, and they are nuts behind the wheel. Nuts. Do you guys
just picture them? They're wide-eyed and just screaming, like ah.
Well, I mean, now
hunkered down. They're like way below their
thick glasses,
the sunglasses that run all the way across the side, so there's no sun coming in at all.
Just imagine like they grew up driving cars that were significantly slower than what we're doing now. Speed limits are like going up, and up.
Well, because cars are getting safer. So you figure every time people, as they cycle through cars and get new cars, and every car, like I have a friend who's a volunteer firefighter, and he's saying he's not seeing as many obviously there's still accidents, but there's not the level of injury that there used to be because cars are just getting so much safer that you just don't see it anymore.
That's great.
I mean, unless it's like a catastrophic situation. But you're not seeing it as frequently because cars are just, and you figure as the older cars get replaced and things on the road that eventually, and you figure every generation, every year, the car that comes out is more safer than the last.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
I hear Volvo is like the number one safest vehicle.
Subaru as well.
Yeah,
Subarus are super safe.
Yeah.
But that's why they're so expensive.
Yeah. You pay
the
for
price
that.
you pay for safety, unfortunately.
Like, damn it.
Yeah.
Well, I just couldn't believe that shit when it happened. I was astounded.
Like, is this real life?
Yeah.
Like, is this really happening right now? Especially after the second time, like, okay.
Yeah.
But like the third and fourth time?
I mean,
You've gotta be kidding me.
It's a white car.
So what did he say?
He just didn't see me. He had no idea what he was hitting.
Fair enough. But like, you were hitting something.
Right.
So stop.
You didn't think to get out of your car and scope it out?
Guy must have been like, I swear to God, 95 years old. I mean, I don't know. I have no clue what was going through his head. Like, as far as like, what am I hitting and why am I hitting
This is why
it?
there should be mandatory driving tests once you hit a certain age every 2 years.
Yeah, I feel like if you retire, like if you start,
but retirement,
collecting
you're 65. Like, that's still
true,
super young.
but like then you
I feel like
maybe
70s.
add 5 years to
Like,
it. Yeah,
I feel like either 70 or 75.
yeah.
And not like every year, because that's excessive, but like every 2 years, you should have to go and not do the permit test, like an actual driving test.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what is it? How you have to renew your license? What, every 4 years?
Yeah, but that's just a slip of paper.
But like I'm saying, once you hit 65, maybe they make them do it every 4 years when they renew
Like,
their
do a driving
license.
test when you renew.
Because even like you're saying, like, oh, it's 65, but your eyes could go really bad at 65, and maybe like if they haven't gotten glasses because they don't want to believe that they need glasses or they don't have the money to get glasses. Well, guess what? Like, you need glasses. This driver's test just proved that you can't see shit. Go get glasses.
95-year-old driving
that's half the problem right there is like if
can't see.
they can't see, or maybe they can't hear. Like, it's
the
just
hearing's a problem
it's
too.
a big problem.
Yep.
It's a big problem. I mean, this guy clearly had no clue
And I feel like
what was going
to some
on.
extent, like the families, and I've been through this, with the older people in our family of like, that's a huge thing for them to have to give up. That is their freedom. That is,
Right,
I mean,
right.
it is, and they don't want to.
Yeah.
And I completely understand why. But at some point, there's a tipping point where it becomes dangerous to that person and other people for them to still be driving.
Yeah.
And they fight it a lot because it's their independence, and they're
Right.
giving up their independence, and now they've got to rely on other people for rides.
Do you remember how big of a deal was it to get your license?
Right? Oh, huge.
Huge.
That's you get your independence finally. And now everything, and there's an up and down of everything in life.
Yep.
On the back end, you're losing it.
Like, I guess too, like, because I sympathize with that, especially if you're in like a non-city area where there's not as much like public transportation and stuff. But also, if everywhere we look around here locally is just so overpopulated now. There's kids crossing the street, this and that. Pedestrian walkways all over the place.
Because everybody
Jackie,
wants to live somewhere that's walkable, that you
Right.
can do that, and there's bike trails, and there's all these
Right.
things. Yeah.
When we're flying down that one road on the way to the chiropractor, I've stopped a couple times recently for bikes going across
Oh
the
yeah,
thing.
they have that.
And I'm seeing people zooming up on me because they're not paying attention,
Right.
whether they're
They don't
old or
realize
whatever,
like
but
that's
There's
a
a trail
crosswalk,
crossing.
and you are supposed
you
to
have to stop for
yield
that shit. Yeah.
for
Right
the
by our house,
pedestrians.
there's a trail crossing, and I cannot tell you. And there's lights that like
It's
flash.
probably
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is the same trail, I believe. This is
Chester
just
Valley?
further. Yeah, I think this
It's
is
just
just further
down.
up the road.
It's a huge
and this
trail. It
now
goes
is
for
the one.
miles.
It now links up to Philly, I believe.
Yeah, you can bike
Right,
from here
all the
all the way
way.
down to Philly.
Don't do it. It's
So
too hot out.
crazy.
Yeah, not this weekend. But I see people all the time where I'll be stopped and there'll be people coming in the other direction and like there's somebody ready to cross and they are just, and there's lights and there's flashing lights
Right.
and there's things. I'm like, how do
They're
you
just
not see
not
that? And there's
paying
people.
attention.
You see bikers on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Anytime you see anybody on the side of the road, you should be slowing down just
Well,
because.
it's funny too because like Taylor saw the one
Fly right through.
and I'm in my head. I'm going, why is he slowing down? And what ended up happening is that biker was, you know, where like the metal piece of your car that connects your hood to.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called. I'm not a car person. That person was in line with my vision with the car. Like that's why I couldn't see him.
Blind spot. Yeah.
Right. My blind spot as a passenger though. Like as a driver, I would have seen him.
Mm-hmm.
But not as a passenger. I was like in my head, I'm like, why is he slowing down? I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Good job, Taylor.
I do what I can.
Keep the pedestrians and cyclists safe.
Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, let's talk about the Emmy nominations.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
There's a ton of them that are pretty interesting, so we'll get to that right after this.
So you've been listening to the Might Be News Network, but you still can't get enough each week? Become our patron on Patreon. Head to patreon.com/MBN Network to become a patron and get exclusive content now. For as little as $5 per month, you'll get access to extended episodes of all your favorite shows, as well as perks including MBN merch and monthly giveaways. Just want to support the network? Become a patron for as much or as little as you'd like. Get bonus content each week and head to patreon.com/MBN Network. Your contributions help us make this network bigger and better than ever before. Patreon.com/MBN Network.
Welcome back to Relatable Radio. MBNnetwork.com. Patreon.com/MBN Network.
Also, you can follow us on Facebook at Relatable Radio. We share the shows, content, other things. You can interact with us. Send us a message, funny memes. Stop by, say hi. Love to hear from you guys. Like, comment, share, all that good stuff.
You guys just totally killed that.
It's almost like we've been doing this before.
Professionals. Wow.
Emmy nominations.
Yeah.
So, this is always interesting to me because, I feel like I love TV way more than I actually watch TV. Is that weird? Does that make sense?
That makes total sense.
Because like the shows that we do watch,
Yeah.
I generally really
Yeah.
enjoy watching those shows. But then like I think about it, and I'm like, I don't really watch that much TV. Like there's just like a couple.
Well, the great
shows.
part is now that like you can watch TV without watching TV. Right? Does that make sense? So
Right.
like you can just watch particular shows that you want to watch. You
Yeah.
don't have to sit and like find a station to watch or find a channel to watch and flip through and like not like
Oh, it's on commercial.
right. Like, and most people don't like turn on the TV anymore and like and look for something. They watch TV they know at 9:00 on Thursday their show is on. They turn on the TV to watch that. Like we don't watch. I don't know why we even pay for cable. And it's pretty much on demand is what we're paying for.
Yeah.
Because like the kids will watch TV sometimes, but Cole immediately goes to Freeform to see what movie's on because they're like the king of like kids movies.
We have so much in common, Cole.
Well,
What's on
this weekend-
Freeform?
And this weekend there was like all
Another
sorts
Harry
of
Potter weekend.
Yes.
And Halloween time, like Hocus Pocus,
25
or the Nightmare.
25 movies of Christmas.
Yep.
They do the Halloween movies.
Yep.
Yeah. Freeform is it's probably my favorite channel.
I feel like sometimes, and I don't know if this is the right term for it, but like a TV elitist almost. Like I basically only watch HBO shows and Netflix shows anymore.
Yeah, me too.
And honestly, it has nothing to do with the content sometimes. It's always the commercials.
It's the convenience.
I want nothing to do with the commercials.
No.
I don't care.
Hashtag first world problems.
Absolutely.
Isn't it crazy to think about like from when we were kids, like like of course you had to watch commercials. And we
Right.
enjoyed watching the commercials as kids sometimes because all the toys and all the stuff. And now it's
Not
like
only that,
there's
but
a
like
commercial. I don't even like watching the 30-second commercials on YouTube. I'm like,
Nope.
no, I'm not
Nope.
finishing it or on Facebook.
Yeah.
I will not
Yeah.
watch the second half of a video because I'm not willing to sit through the 30 seconds. I'll just be like, nope, done.
do you ever see there was a meme and it was like Kids today will never understand the commercial break running to the bathroom for your family members. Be like, it's back on.
Well, because you couldn't pause TV, right?
Yeah, right.
Yep.
No, it's just so stupid. And the commercials are always so loud. Like
Well, they do that on
they're
purpose.
so loud
I
now.
thought that they were going to regulate that,
I was just
though.
going to say that. And then I
I don't know if it...
I don't
ever
know because I
happened.
don't watch things with commercials.
They may have regulated it, but I don't know what decimal they have to have it set at, because sometimes it's still way louder, but it still might be within regulation. I don't know.
It's just so crazy. Anyway.
So the Emmys this year are September 22nd.
Yes.
And
The nominations just came out this past week.
when we come back from the break,
we did come
a few
back.
episoed in.
Or no.
Oh, I'm like,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
did
yeah.
come back from the break, Amy.
mid-season. Jeez, Jackie, follow me.
Hot relatable radio.
We can talk about who wins.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And all right,
We'll do a
so
little
how do we want to handle
part two.
this? Because we will come back before the actual Emmys. Do we want to try and watch some of the things that we haven't watched?
Yeah.
And then when we come back, we
So
try and decide who's
as
going to win?
I was looking over the list, and a lot of these are things I've heard so much about. I've heard
Okay.
people talk, like Chernobyl. I still have not watched it.
Oh.
So I feel like we need to,
Great.
during the break, we have a little homework assignment for us to watch some of these shows, and they're not all shows, but series and things. And then come back so we can we can really sit down and be like, who are we gonna vote for?
Yeah.
By the way, my husband just called me. Why would he knows I'm recording? Why is he calling me? One of those kids better be like bleeding.
So the
Anyway,
best drama series, the nominations are Better Call Saul. That's on AMC.
did you guys watch that?
No.
Really?
No,
Did
I've
you-
never seen it.
I
You guys
never
watch-
watched
I watched Breaking Bad all the way through.
Better Call Saul was we watched maybe seasons 1 and 2.
It's
I
like
think.
always nominated.
It's really good, and he was a great character on the show.
Yeah, I love him.
Total shithead, but like a lovable one that's
Yeah.
like a creep and like it does good things for bad people
Right.
to make them whatever.
I like his the guy, his gunner guy. What is his name? Mike.
Yeah, Mike. Mike's a great character.
He's the man.
But I do recommend that show because it was really, really enjoyable. We liked it a lot.
Bodyguard. That's on Netflix. That's got Rob Stark in it. Apparently.
Yes,
Which it's on Netflix. I haven't seen it. I
I've
don't
heard
even
good things
know.
though.
I assume.
Is it a redo of like the original, like that concept? I would
See,
assume.
I don't know.
I don't even know.
Maybe it's a new take on like just him. Maybe he's just a bodyguard. I don't know. Maybe he's not the bodyguard.
Right?
I don't know.
know.
But
Add that
as-
to the
as-
list of things to watch.
Yeah, if it's nominated, we'll check it out. Game of Thrones,
Obviously.
Killing Eve, that's on BBC America. That's got
Sandra Oh
Sandra Oh.
From Grey's
from
Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy. She
Love her.
and she won, I believe, last year or the year before. She won like best lead actress, I think,
She
for
did,
this show.
and that was yes, because I remember
Yeah.
that was kind of a big deal because she's of Asian descent, and typically you
Yeah.
don't win,
Yeah.
unless you're white and all that.
Ozark, that's on Netflix, which we have seen and we are current on.
yeah.
Is it good?
Jackie and I love it.
When's it
Yeah.
come back?
I love it. I don't know.
Okay,
I
we'll have to
love
look
it.
into
I've heard great things, and I love what's his name,
Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman.
He's
Yeah, he's
fantastic.
great.
Pose, that's on FX. We have not seen that.
I haven't even heard of that.
I've seen.
I don't watch TV.
I
though.
saw a commercial for it. Succession, that's on HBO. Haven't seen any of it. It looks good.
It
though.
looks
It's-
good.
It's got a good
It's HBO.
cast.
It's got to be
yeah.
good.
And This Is Us.
Now, did you guys watch This Is Us?
Jackie.
I
does.
started it like when it kind of
You
first
cry
came
every
out.
episode?
I did. I cried every episode,
guaranteed.
but I didn't stick with it. It's like
Neither did I. I
not
watched the
current
first
at all.
season.
Yeah, definitely season 1. I don't know if I watched any of season 2.
I watched. I think some of. Maybe I did watch. I don't remember.
I mean, I read spoilers.
It kind of got like. It almost feel like it should have just been like one season, and then they kind of extended it, and then I felt like they were kind of like stretching it a little bit. And it's like
Yeah.
I'm okay with those dramas that like are very emotional and pull you in, and it was a great story. The cast is phenomenal.
Yeah, they're really great.
and just how they did it with like melding the past and the present together.
Yep.
And they were all the story was great, but sometimes like I don't want to have to cry every episode, right?
Like, I'm so emotional. Let me watch something that's going to make me cry.
I'm like, I don't do well with the whole dead parent stuff in general anymore, because once you have one, it's not as cool to watch it.
Right.
It's a whole different level of like reality. So So, but it is an amazing show.
The next up is the comedy series, best comedy series. Barry.
The commercials for that look really funny.
I've seen
really
the first
part
season.
of it.
I've
yeah.
seen the first season. I've seen a couple episodes of the second season, and it's very like dark humor.
Yeah.
And kind of dry as well, but like it's really good. He's great in it.
Yeah.
Bill Hader, fantastic. Fleabag, that's on Amazon. Never seen it.
Never
even heard of it.
We don't really go on Amazon for shows very often. We checked out the Jack Reacher one. We watched like one episode of that.
Maybe.
I feel like they're not on their game as much as the other.
Oh, I watched The Tick on there. That's not getting an Emmy nomination.
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
That's not getting an Emmy nomination. Anyway, The Good Place, that's on NBC.
I have watched some of that. I love Kristen Bell.
Yeah, she's great.
Is that
love
the one
her.
where she's like in heaven?
She's in heaven, but she's not supposed to be. Like she got in accidentally, and now she's like. She's with all these amazing human beings, and she's like, shit. Now she's like pretending, but they like match you up with like who your soulmate is, and she's not who she's supposed to be.
Right.
And so this guy is trying to like teach her how to be a good person. And every time she messes up, like shit goes wrong.
Like shit goes bad in heaven.
Really bad. So definitely it's really entertaining. I love Kristen Bell so much. But the rest of the cast is also really good.
The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. This is another
Amazon. I wanted to watch this so bad because I know I'm going to love it when I watch it. I just haven't gotten around to watching it.
It's got the guy from Monk in it.
Yeah, love him.
Oh, well, I like him.
Yeah, I like him.
And the concept, I like time period pieces,
Tony
and this is
Shalhoub.
definitely...
Right? Tony Shalhoub?
Yeah, I think that's his name.
Am I saying his last name right?
Russian Doll, that's on Netflix. We watched, I think, the first episode of that.
Yeah.
We didn't go back to it, not because we didn't like it, just I don't
Life,
remember what
I
we moved
think.
on to, but I want to see more of that because I like the concept
And
of
I
it.
loved her character in Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
She was one of
And,
my
like,
favorite characters.
Pretty much her character in anything.
in anything. She's a phenomenal
She was in
actress.
American Pie and all those,
Yeah.
so.
Schitt's Creek, that's on
So funny. Have
Pop?
you seen that?
What is Pop?
No.
I don't know what Pop is.
I think it's a certain channel on cable. We might still have it on Hulu. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I watched an interview with the creator of that show and the writer of that show. He was on like some late night show, whatever, and I hadn't really watched it. I watched the interview with him and I thought it was so fascinating. Just his who he is, and he plays the son.
Okay.
But he's the creator of the show. And he was just talking about like the concept and like how he created it and whatever and how he does it. And the cast is phenomenal. What's her name? The mom from Home Alone.
Catherine O'Hara, I believe is her name.
Yes. She plays, I mean, they all their characters are so well done. The whole concept of the show. Again, one I watched a few episodes and never went back to, not because I didn't enjoy it, because life happens. But it's really, really good.
The last one for best comedy series is Veep on HBO.
Another one. I would love that show. I love political drama or political anythings.
Probably a season of the show, just not in order.
We watched a little bit of it together pretty recently.
Yeah.
It is pretty funny.
I enjoy every episode that I've seen of it. First of all, she's fantastic.
Julia
Always.
Louis-Dreyfus.
And the rest of the cast is just hysterical.
Yeah.
And if this is even a hair of what it is actually like in Washington, like we're all in big trouble. Because it's hysterical. She's hysterical. And I forget the name of the guy who plays her assistant, but he's from Arrested Development. He's one of the brothers. He's
I can't think of his
funny in this
name.
show.
He's been, I feel like, in a lot of things. I just can't name any of them.
Next up is limited series, best limited series. We got Chernobyl on HBO, which we've talked about quite a bit.
Great series.
Very, very good. Escape at Denimora. That's on Showtime.
Which I didn't know what that was, and I just looked it up. And in 2015, if you remember, there was like a woman who worked at some sort of correctional facility, a prison, whatever, and got romantically involved with two of the inmates, and then helped them escape. So it's based on true events.
Okay.
The cast is pretty phenomenal. So that's probably something. I mean, obviously it's really good because it's on here. But I didn't even know it existed really.
Yeah.
Before I saw this, but now I don't have Showtime. But
I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but Fosse and Verdon. That's on FX.
Never heard of it.
Never
I don't
heard
know
of
what
it.
that is.
Sharp Objects we watched.
That's great.
The book
Really,
is
really good.
book is really good.
Did you
Also
watch-
recommend the book. I never finished it.
Yeah.
This is like the story of my life. I loved the book. Loved the book.
If it's anything like the show, like,
And
it's
the
gotta
show
go.
is very well done. It's very dark, very twisty.
Yeah.
Like whoa, twisty. But amazing. They picked the cast perfectly for the show.
The end was just wild.
Yeah, Amy Adams was great.
Yeah, I love her. And this is usually you see her in like the rom-com and the, and this, she played it perfectly.
Perfectly.
Yeah, she did.
I
She
mean,
did.
it was
I
so
think the
good.
first thing I ever saw her in was The Wedding Date. And she was blonde.
Mhm.
Like sometimes hard to believe it's the same person.
When They See Us on Netflix, which I'm
got-
halfway through.
I need to rewatch it.
Yeah.
I fell asleep.
We should start it over because what I saw of it was very, very good. The acting in it is just probably some of the best acting I've seen in a series recently. And it's all by people that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
Which is always cool to see. Television movies. Black Mirror, Bandersnatch. That's on Netflix. Haven't seen it. And I haven't seen a single episode of Black Mirror.
Kevin watches those. He really likes them. They're a little weird for
They're
me.
weird. I saw a couple. I'm like, I just don't think I can get
Like
into it.
some of them
anymore.
I've enjoyed and others I'm like, what the
No,
fuck
the
am
very
I
first
watching?
Black
Yeah.
Mirror episode, I think I'm scarred.
Right? Because some of them like you can't ever
You
unsee
can't
the things that
unsee
happen.
what you've seen. They're just fucked up.
Brexit, the Uncivil War. That's on HBO as well. Or that's on HBO. That's got Benedict Cumberbatch.
That's how he always says his name.
Deadwood, the movie, also on HBO. I started watching this series just to try and I wanted to watch the movie, and I haven't finished the series yet. I'm on the final season, season 3. The show is awesome. It's kind of slow, but it's good. King Lear, that's on Amazon. Never heard of it. I'm trying to figure out who that is. Is that Tyrion?
No, that's not Peter Dinklage.
Okay, I don't know.
I don't know who it is.
My Dinner with Herve. That's on HBO. That has Peter Dinklage in it, I believe.
Never heard of it.
Lead actor in a drama series.
There's a lot of really good ones. I mean, the actors and the actresses, there are so many good candidates. I don't even know how you would go about deciding who wins
Right.
because there are so many talented people.
Yeah.
And especially when you're talking about the lead actor, lead actress, even supporting, because the shows are all so different, right?
Yeah.
Like they're different types of actors. They're different. They're bringing different things to the table. And like, I want to know, like, what goes into figuring out, like, how do you even
How do you pick the winner?
pick a winner? I mean, we're going to be picking,
Right.
I guess we'll kind of have to figure that out. But
Lead actor in a drama series, Jason Bateman from Ozark, which I don't know. He's great in Ozark, but he kind of plays the same character in everything.
that,
Yeah.
like goofy,
Right? He's like goofy, but like this is different
This
because
is
it's
different.
a really
He's
fucked
not
up
that
situation.
goofy. He just says silly things in the moment because that's probably how he
I think
handles.
Yeah, he's less goofy in this, but like in all the other movies I feel like that he's ever
Yeah.
in, he's like
He's kind of typecast.
underprepared.
yes,
He's always like,
That's a good way to put it.
I'm fucked.
What was that? Horrible Bosses. He was in that,
was
right?
a great
Yeah.
movie.
Arrested Development. I feel like this is like Arrested Development if he was involved in selling drugs.
Yeah.
It's
I didn't-
basically the same
yeah.
character.
I didn't watch Arrested Development.
Oh, okay.
I saw some of it.
It's good. Sterling K. Brown, This Is Us.
He's amazing in that.
He's great.
He is phenomenal.
I like him in everything I've ever seen him in,
Yeah.
so I would assume he's really good in that. Kit Harington, Game of Thrones.
Obviously,
Bob Odenkirk, Better Call Saul.
Great as well.
Billy Porter, Pose. And Vilo Sylvester
Yeah.
Stallone's illegitimate son from
Milo
This Is Us.
Ventimiglia.
Which is he still on the show? I thought he died already.
he did, but he's on because they blend the
flash-
past and present. He's
they
on the show a lot.
Flash back to
Well, that's
the past.
depressing. You just get to watch this guy, and he's just dead every time you see
You know
him.
he's dead in the beginning of the show, and then you see they do the character
because you're like,
development
oh,
of
well,
like
they were so in love.
how
Like,
he
why,
died,
Why
what
are they still
happened.
together? Then you find out
all
he-
this.
it's because he
stuff.
died, and
Yeah,
It's depressing.
Very.
Yeah, that's why you cry every episode, okay? That's why I probably stopped watching.
But he was in what's the show with the Gilmore Girls?
Yeah.
He was in Heroes,
is what
too.
he was. Yes, he was also in
First
Heroes.
thing I ever saw him in was probably Gilmore Girls.
Yep.
I didn't watch Heroes, but I know he was on that. And
What a disappointing
I
show.
always liked him.
I loved Heroes, and but it just ended, and it didn't end anywhere. It just got canceled. And
Were they
it was what the
rebooting it or
fuck?
something?
Apparently.
Or did they?
I think so.
Oh.
He's not in it, so I'm not watching it.
Not watching it.
Lead actress in a drama series. We got Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones.
So here's a question. So these are based off of current seasons,
Correct.
Or as a right, it's current season.
Yes.
I don't know how much. I mean, her character
Yeah.
got screwed because she didn't know. I was reading about this a little bit, but she didn't know. They didn't tell anybody what was going to happen to the last season, so she couldn't properly develop her character into who she became the last season, which is why it felt so like sudden change.
I will say they did a good job with hair and makeup because that one episode looked very crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like
mean, she
hair
did
was
have
her
amazing
hair was
moments.
undone.
Yeah.
But her facial expressions is what really gets you.
Yeah.
And she considering
when
that in real life
when that
she's
chick
this really,
dies, gets her
Yeah.
head chopped off, and that moment when she
Sunday.
turns around and walks away,
yeah.
and that was a
Her
really
it's always
powerful-
her face that gets me.
Uh-huh.
In her defense, she did play a different side of her character than ever
before.
because the character straight
Yeah.
up did a complete
I
180.
think she did phenomenal given the material she was given.
Yeah,
How about
absolutely.
that? It's not her fault. The writers.
No,
kinda
no, it's not her
fucked
fault at all.
But
They just
she's
did her
such a bubbly
disservice.
person in real life.
So
So
funny.
I think automatically she's phenomenal because she is so different
Completely.
in that show.
And it's so funny to watch like the behind the scenes stuff when she's like joking around and
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden like
She's
it's a whole different person. Yeah, she's
very, very serial.
love her.
Jodie Comer from Killing Eve.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either. That's the show that Sandra Oh is in.
Yeah.
Um,
Viola Davis.
Viola Davis, How to Get Away with Murder.
Have you guys? I watched that show. Do you guys
Yes.
watch that show? She is.
I only watched
I'll say
the first
watched. I watched
3
me too.
seasons, maybe.
Me too. I think we're. And then I was
Right
like,
after
okay,
the
enough.
dude, they killed the kid.
Yeah. So I was like,
Like,
okay,
yeah.
this is kind of getting old.
And I was
But
like, what the
it was
fuck?
really good.
She's
it is
great.
very good.
She's great in
is
everything she does.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, she deserves it.
Laura Linney from
Ozark.
Ozark, which she's
a great actress. She
she's
is.
great in that show. There's times when I don't like her in the show.
Oh,
but
yeah, but that just means she's such a great actress because
she's
she
killing it.
yeah.
Yeah, she and where
she
they're
always
at,
does
too.
something to fuck something up.
Yeah, well, they both do, and they just
Yeah.
don't know about it because they don't talk to each other about it. Anyway, spoiler alert: it's a great show.
Touche.
Mandy Moore, This Is Us.
She's great in that.
Yep.
Sandra Oh, Killing Eve.
I haven't seen it.
I
I'm sure
assume
she's
it's great
phenomenal.
because she's such a
She
great
is great.
actress.
Robin Wright, House of Cards, which
You
I've
guys
only
watched
heard good things about.
Robin Wright in that show is amazing.
Really?
That show in general is I love that show. Then it kind of, whatever. But Robin Wright throughout the show is probably the best character in my opinion, and she's not necessarily she's the wife of the president. So she's the first lady, and she's
Okay.
really, she plays an amazing character, super strong, female type, but great.
Yeah.
I recommend it.
Let's see.
Lead actor in a comedy series.
Yeah, lead actor in a comedy series. Sorry, I skipped ahead just to kind of see what we had. Anthony Anderson, Blackish.
He's hysterical in that show. He's so good.
Don Cheadle, Black Monday, which I've never heard of.
Never
But
even
it's
heard
Don
of that
Cheadle,
either.
so he's gonna be good.
It's got to be good.
Yeah.
But if he's in a comedy series, I want to see it because
This
Don
is true
Cheadle's a
'cause he
funny
does
dude.
not-
He's a funny dude.
Right, but he doesn't do a lot of comedies.
Right.
He's more of like a very serious actor. So,
Right. So I'm like interested.
I wonder where it plays through.
Yeah, we're far enough in the
Well,
list
so-
where they don't tell us that
Yeah.
anymore.
Well, because now they're naming the actor and then the show,
Right.
not the show and the station. Like,
Ted Danson from The Good Place.
He's good in that.
Michael Douglas from The Comiskey Method, which I've heard of. I
I've
don't
heard
remember
of.
where
it
it's
looks
on.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
I think it's Netflix.
Bill Hader from Barry and Eugene Levy from Schitt's Creek. My instant vote is Bill Hader, by the way. Spoiler alert.
I'm gonna have to wait because I need to see
I just
Black
haven't
Monday.
seen.
I'm like
enough of
leaning
this.
towards Don Cheadle, but I haven't seen the show.
I love how you're going for the person you have not seen in the
I've
show.
not seen the show, but it's Don Cheadle.
It's just so good. Lead actress in a comedy series, Christina Applegate, Dead to Me. Rachel Brosnan, am I saying that right? The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Veep. Natasha Leon. Sorry, Russian Doll. Catherine O'Hara, Schitt's Creek. And Phoebe Waller-Bridge from Fleabag.
All
really great.
all really great.
I feel
I haven't
like
watched Dead to Me, but
I'm going with Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
she wins this, I feel like, year after year for the same show. Like I feel like she gets it over and over again. Maybe I'm wrong. I know she definitely gets nominated for it every year. I feel like she's won it a bunch of times. Lead actor in a limited series or television movie. Mahershala Ali, True Detective. He was great in that.
Yeah.
I also really enjoyed how they aged both the main characters in this.
They did 3
season.
time periods in that
And this
in
one,
that season.
and they spent a lot of time in their older years, and
They did that with This Is Us too, with
crazy.
Mandy Moore being old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Benicio del Toro, Escape at Denamora, which I didn't know he was in that, and I'm instantly
Interested.
in that.
Intrigued.
Hugh Grant, A Very English Scandal.
Appropriate for him.
Right.
Jared Harris, Chernobyl. He was
Jared
was
Harris is
phenomenal.
amazing in everything he does.
He was phenomenal in Chernobyl. Jarrell Jerome, When They See Us, the 2 episodes that I have seen of that show, he is a standout talent. He will be everywhere in the next couple of years.
Good.
I'm telling you.
Good.
Sam Rockwell, Fosse and Verdon, which
You love Sam Rockwell.
now I need to see that show.
Yeah.
Lead actress in a limited series or television movie, Amy Adams, Sharp Objects.
So good.
Patricia Arquette, Escape at Denamora.
I would assume it's Patricia Arquette, so I'm assuming she's amazing.
Joey King, The Act.
Oh, that's
It's funny
you
because
have
I
seen.
feel like I almost feel like she could have been considered lead, but I guess she might be supporting actress for The Act.
Yeah.
Patricia Arquette.
Yeah. Let's see. Niecy Nash, When They See Us. Michelle Williams, Fosse and Verdon. Anujoan, somebody.
I don't know how to pronounce her name.
Anjanu Ellis, When They See Us. I know who she is. I know her.
Yeah.
I've never had to pronounce her name. before.
Anjanu sounds correct.
Anjanu.
Yeah.
Anjanu?
Yeah.
Anjanu.
I'm going to skip down to.
We're not going to do competition, variety.
Yeah, because we got 3 minutes left. Supporting actor in a drama series. Alfie Allen, Game of Thrones. That's Theon. Yeah.
Oh, he's so good.
Jonathan Banks, Better Call Saul. That's was it Mike?
Mike, yep.
Nikolaj Coster-Waldau.
Sisterfucker, Goldfinger,
Jamie Lannister. Peter Dinklage, Game of Thrones.
I say Peter Dinklage all the way, just because
Peter.
he's so good.
Giancarlo Esposito, Better Call Saul,
Oh,
which he's
he
baller.
was so good.
Yeah. Michael Kelly,
Badass.
House of Cards.
Also amazing.
And Chris Sullivan, This Is Us.
Also amazing.
They're all really
They're all
good.
so good.
But I'm going to give it to Peter.
Just because I love
He's
him
so good.
much. Now, the next category is probably the most complicated.
This is the
Yes.
most complicated. This is
Supporting
huge.
actress in a drama series.
Gwendolyn Christie.
Game of Thrones.
What's
Who?
her name?
Brienne of Tarth.
She put her own name in.
She put her own name in.
Yes.
Now, I did a little research on this. So the networks put in who they want to nominate.
Right.
It is not unheard of for people to nominate themselves. The networks will not put too many people in because they don't want to oversaturate the categories. So many people will, but they will. There's like a $245 fee or something, $275, $245 you have to pay to submit your nomination. And she did that with her agent and her people.
Yeah.
But it's not typical for someone to nominate themselves and get nominated.
Okay.
And be chosen for a nomination.
Well, there's 4 people from Game of Thrones.
It does not happen very frequently.
Out of 6.
Yeah.
4 out of 6 are from Game of Thrones.
Julia Garner. She's from Ozark, and she's great.
She's great.
She
That
is
character
great
is
in
great.
that show.
What's her name? Ruthie?
Yeah, Ruthie, I
Something
think.
like
that? Yeah. Lena Headey from Game of Thrones, Cersei. Fiona Shaw from Killing Eve. Sophie Turner of Game of Thrones, and Maisie Williams, Game of Thrones.
How
That's
do you
tough.
pick?
I don't know how the
mean-
fuck you pick.
Only one of those people killed the Night King. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Okay,
That's all I'm
true.
going to say.
Yeah.
But Okay, true, fair enough. But like the
That's gotta count
character
for
development for each of these women
Yeah.
was so phenomenal, and they played their roles perfectly in my mind.
The only one I'd think that like should be disqualified is just Cersei because she didn't do anything.
But
she
die.
Maybe had like one
Spoiler
or two
alert.
lines in the whole season.
Yeah.
Like she wasn't in it very
In
much.
prior seasons, I think she
Right.
was a much stronger
Right.
presence in
I'd
that
agree.
season.
I'd agree.
And this one,
So to me, it
wasn't all
would
that
be
much.
narrowed down between 3 Game of Thrones people, but I also really like Julia Garner from Ozark for that nomination.
It's tough. That's a tough category.
That's a tough one. That's about all the time we got for this week.
If you want to see the rest of the nominations, just Google it. They're everywhere.
Yeah,
We'll talk more about it when we come back. Maybe go through our picks.
Yep.
Maybe we'll put some money on the line to see
yeah,
make it
yeah.
who gets the most, right? Like who gets the most.
Wager a little bet.
Who wins. So
Though we're all pretty broke, so I don't know how we'll do it.
maybe we'll do
Here's 50 cents.
Yeah.
I didn't say it had to be a lot of money.
Yeah. Bragging rights.
Go to patreon.com/MBN Network to hear the rest of the show. We got the segment coming up where we ask each other questions that we're sometimes comfortable answering and sometimes we're not. Good job this week, ladies. Bye.
Bye.